Do you know that the ancient people could tell what was the time by simply looking at shadows? And with shadows, it's wonderful. But of course, there is one thing that if it is clouded over, then it can be a little bit of a problem. But here in Trinidad and Tobago, we get a lot of sunny skies. So today we're going to look at how do you use what's known as an equatorial sundial, and you can make your own. So you would have received a package that looks something like this. Well, it looks exactly like that. That's what I've sent you. And let's see what's in here. So in here is this. Now these things have to actually be punched out. So be very careful when you punch them out. So here's something that looks like a protractor. So you will need this. These are little components that this will attach onto like a hinge. So you're going to gently shake this and get 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces out. This is of course the face of your sundial with the markings on it. As well, in the package you will have something looking like this, and this is what it will rest on. I'll show you it just now, everything put together. And also this is known as a gnomon, Gnomon, right? So this is what will cast the shadow to tell you approximately what time it is. As well, in the package there's a little compass and little stickers to secure your things to the position, and a small sandpaper. And the sandpaper is that when you punch the components out of here, if it has a little rough edge, you can smoothen it out. All right, so I put mine together already, and let me show you. Okay, so these are the pieces that you punch out. So this was the face of the sundial, right, with the markings. These were the small little hoops that you saw. So you've got to snap them in place after you take it out. All right, so this is the base I showed you, and this is the thing that has the angle. So it's a type of a protractor. All right, so this is your sundial mounted up. Okay, so these are the 4 pieces: the base as you pop out, the face, the protractor piece, and where you will attach for it to be able to hinge like this. And okay, so once you have mounted it up like this, we are ready to set up your sundial. You also have a compass. So I'm going to explain what all of this is about and what you're going to do with it. So to be able to get a sundial to give you the approximate time of the day, because there are some technicalities, but we want to see the magic of how the shadows move, and we can actually tell about what time it is in the day. So in Trinidad and Tobago, we are located at 10.5 degrees north of the equator. So let's work with 10 degrees. So that's what this is about. So since we are at 10 degrees, you are going to have to angle this at 80. Okay, this has to be at 80 degrees, right? Because what you're really doing, without getting too technical, is lining up your sundial as if it was stuck to planet Earth as Earth rotates, right, or, on its axis. So this now will pass through here, and once you have the 10 degrees for us, right, set about there, right, about there, so you practice with it. It's a little too unsteady. Once you do that, that's your sundial. Okay, set for Trinidad and Tobago for our latitude. So this now aligns your sundial to our location on planet Earth. But that's not enough. You also need to orient it, right? Which way do you put it? Now that you have it set up, which way do you put it for it to give you, so that you can actually read off the time on this, right? So you can see 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, that type of stuff on it. Right. And those of you that like mathematics, you will actually end up with this right angle triangle. Can you see that? Right? If we put it like that. So if we've got so this angle here is really your latitude. So here would be like about 10 degrees for us. This is 90, so that's why this angle down there is 80. So 80 plus 10 plus 90 gives you 180 degrees. Okay. Right, so we have one more thing to do. It needs to be oriented to the what's called true north. All right, and true north is different from magnetic north. So just for demonstration purposes, we can use this compass. Rest it on it and see where it lines up, and then you align it. Right, for me it'll be a little bit like that here. Keep in mind, a very strong reminder to all of you, never ever ever look at the sun directly. Okay, so while we're putting our sundial together, it's really important to understand that you never, okay, look at the sun directly, because it can damage your eyes. We are of course simply interested in the shadows. So let me just summarize for you. You would receive the package with all of these components in them. Snap them out carefully and snap it into the places, okay, into the positions. And then you take, yes, this is called a gnomon, and pass it through there. And I have included a little sponge that you can put in. Make sure the flat side of the sponge is on this side, so you get it like at right angles. And you set it up. You make sure that it's reading around 80 degrees. Around 80 degrees there should be about that, okay, because we are at roughly 10 degrees north of the equator. So two things: line it up to 80, orient it north, true north ideally, to give you where it should approximately be facing. And once you do that, that's it, and this will act like a clock. All right, you'll be able to see when it is 8 o'clock, it's 9 o'clock, and that type of stuff. So folks, have fun with your sundial. The sky is a marvelous place, and for thousands of years, that's what the ancient people did. They looked at shadows and they learned so much about our own solar system just by simply looking at that. So have a great day and have some fun.